Hello guys, welcome back. I'm thrilled to have you here for another exciting tutorial. In this tutorial, I've made this metal frame of the revolver, and I've used live booleans and some simple primitives and tools to achieve this model, which otherwise would become so hard to model in the traditional modeling workflow. So let's get started with the video. So let's get started with the model. So here I've got a simple sphere. So what I'm going to do is I'll first enable the floor. And that too I will enable the Z direction floor here. Just by clicking here you get it, and I'll also switch off the perspective, which is important. So I go to the draw menu, and then in draw menu you should be able to see you have a front map. I need to just enable that like that. Okay, just click that and then go to the import and then choose the image what you have with you. So I've got this image. I'm going to put a 0.6 scale here for the gun, and you have all the options for offsetting and rotating this model. You have a opacity of this image. You can control that if you feel that it's too bright. So once that is done, I would like to go to the sub tool. We have the sphere. Instead of a sphere, I would like to take a plane there. Okay, press Shift F so that I could see the grid here, and then I would like to make it polymesh 3D, and then scale this model, the plane a little bit. I press Ctrl D for 2 times and then delete the lower, which adds the resolution to this model. So once that is done, I'm going to scale the brush size a little bit here, and what I'm going to do is I will choose this quad draw brush, curve quad fill. So choose that and then start tracing this model. So I'll be tracing this model. I would see the size of the polygons here. Too small, too big is not correct, so I have to take something which gives a decent shape there. So if I've drawn a curve here, and let's say if I've drawn this curve and you want to take a break, you can leave the cursor and then you can continue from there and then draw the shape there like that, and then you can start moving this and then you can continue there. I made a video tutorial on curve quad fill. You can find the link in the description. Okay, I've got the model here. So a slight difference here that I can fix at later level, because it's just losing its plane here. That's one problem I could see. So when I'm pulling it on this side. So roughly I've got this model, and then I'll just switch off the floor, and you should be able to see this one. Okay, once you feel that the model is okay, then tap on the model on the plane, and then go to the sub tool here, and then just enable split to unmasked points, which will give you this model here. Okay, so I could see there is some issue with the plane here. So let me select this particular model. Okay, and then mask it and then invert it, and then when I scale this one, okay, it becomes straight. So that can be fixed real quick. So the other side also, should I really do? Not required actually. You can go to the geometry section, and then in modify topology you can choose mirror and weld. So mirror and weld should be in the Z axis, and then it mirror and welds this information onto that side, so it becomes perfect plane there. So I bring back my reference and try to understand what all details here I should really try to achieve. So as I told, I can use the move tool and then start tracing it precisely. When I'm doing this, I can do one thing, that is the model is in both sides, as you could see. Once that is done, I'm going to press the active symmetry and Z symmetry so that it works on both sides, and then you can start placing that to the reference. And the reason I have not worried here is I just wanted to remove those model with the booleans itself. So that's the reason I have not really taken care of that. I just ignored it. So I've got this model. Now once that is done, so as I was telling, I need to take care of certain details here. So mainly I've got 2 cylindrical forms which I have to make it a part of. And then we have something to be removed from this. Those are important things. So and also I need to trim off the areas on top. So if you see, we have subtool here. Okay, so let's say I'll go to the append tool and then take a cylinder and then scale that cylinder and then put it here. So if I select the upper model and then go for the live Boolean, which is there in the section here, so that becomes the live Boolean there. Make mesh Booleans, it gives me that mesh which has been connected here. Okay, so that's really important. So I'm going to delete this one and then bring back our model. Okay, bring our floor and then select this model here. So I'm rotating this 90 degrees and then scaling it down, and then I'll just put it there on the front side. Okay, so this should be something I just wanted to place. Okay, just I will scale this model beyond what I have got here. I will duplicate this. Okay, I will duplicate and then put it down here. Then just come front and then choose the. So once this two pieces have been achieved, I have to duplicate this piece and this piece. Okay, so there are two copies. So I'm going to select these copies and I'm going to mirror this onto the opposite side. So I'll use the deformation menu. I'll just mirror in the Z axis so that it goes onto that side. Select the next subtool and then open the deformation section and then mirror on the Z so that you get that copies on both sides there. Okay, so these are all union. Now bring back your floor and then start putting a model. So temporarily I'll just select let me select my first object here and then just rename it. Okay, I'll just rename as Colt. Okay, so I'll just go to the Polymesh 3D and then here when I click this one and then you got a cube there. And this cube is really important for me because this cube has got some polygons which are like on grid basis, whereas my primitive will have a pole in that. So go back to the Colt. Okay, this is Polymesh 3D. So go back to the Colt and then append the Polymesh 3D here. So that is going to be placed here. Okay, so I'll just enable the floor and then let's scale it. Okay, that's one model, and I'll make this as a difference. So let me press Shift F, switch off the floor, and then you should be able to see that's trimmed both these models here and the inner model. So it gave a neat result there. Okay, so I'll be duplicating this model and then I'll just put it on the top, make sure that it is separate, and then scale it. Okay, so you can enable your floor and then you can move it down like that. Then I'll duplicate this one again and then do the separation. Once I'll bring back this because it looks too big and not really required to scale that. So it's trimming on the front side also. Okay, so I'm just getting the model as I keeping on doing the Boolean there. So once that is done, I will take a cylinder. So I'll just pick any of the models here, which is not the Colt or something, and then I will select this and then choose a cylinder model. So I'll take a cylinder this time. Okay, and then it has got some polygons, so I want to increase the polygons here. Okay, it's PM3D plane. So I'll just come back here again and then append that PM3D cylinder. So I'm going to select the move tool for this and then I'm going to place it. So I bring back my reference. Okay, and I'm going to scale this cylinder real big and then just place it like that. I can maybe scale it down if and then I will make this as subtraction. So you could able to see I'm just trimming this off like that. So let me bring the floor and then see whether I'm cutting it correct or not. Okay. Then I would also cut this one. Okay, so bring off the floor, which is this, and select your first plane so that you can generally identify this, and then bring back your plane and enable your floor there. Okay, and make sure that this plane is Polymesh 3D. I will make this as a Polymesh 3D, enable the floor, and then trace it once again. So it really, it just goes off the plane. So it's almost there. So I just select this model and let's see what's happening on the bottom. It's neat here. Tap on the model and then split to unmasked points. So that will give the model there. Okay, so delete the upper sub tool and then it's there here in the list. So go back to the cult and then append the poly 3D. So this one is the model. It's there here. So bring back your floor. I will enable the transform active symmetry Z just to edit these points. I'll switch off the floor and then this one is minus from the model. Okay, I will use the append tool and bring the cylinder. Okay, I'll be using this cylinder here and then I'll be rotating this 90 degrees using shift and then just place it there. So I need to scale this and then put it there. So the big model gives a small arc there. And then this should minus out the model. So So once this model has been placed here, so I can try playing with the bigger circle. So this cutting has been achieved. So I'll be duplicating this model here. Okay, and then I'll go to the deformation menu and then just mirror in the Z axis like that, and then go to the sub tool and then do the subtraction. So that gives the frame here. One more thing I would like to do is I would like to first bring on the cult and then select any model here. Okay, I just wanted to model something. So let me see, this is not a Polymesh 3D. So I make a Polymesh 3D and then go to this option called cylinder. Okay, so you have a poly cylinder and normal cylinder. You can use any one of them. So we have the division options and the axis points option. So you can use any one of them. I'll be choosing this cylinder and then reduce those points and also keep these points intact and then scale it down like that. Okay, and then I'll append a polygon sphere. Okay, and then maybe I can use a polysphere here. Okay, so this brings up this, or you can take the sphere 3D. So here we can basically trim out this model and we have division options here. So I'll just leave that and then scale it till this and then nicely penetrate into the model there. One thing I can do that is, instead of taking cylinder and sphere separately, I can use only this model. Okay, and then select the Z modeler, select those faces and then extrude those faces. I'm just saying flat island and then select those faces and then extrude those faces like that. I press Ctrl W and then use the Z modeler and then use the insert tool just to add a few lines so that it fits well. Now once that is done, I'm going to use the deformer called flatten. Where is that? Flatten. And then here this model has to be flattened from till this point, so it just brings all the points there, and then you can place it onto your model. So this is Polysphere 1. So let me bring back my Colt model, and then I would like to select this model, and then I'm going to insert this Polysphere 1. Okay, so I'll be rotating this. So I'm just going to the top view and rotating it to the 90 degrees and then place it there. So I'll just go to the render, switch off the live Boolean. Let me hide all these objects first. So that model is really important at this point, and then I'm going to duplicate this model. Okay, I'll duplicate it, and then I'll go to the deformation menu and then mirror it in the z-axis so that it comes onto the opposite side. So let's bring on the next model, which is the union. This one is the next model, and this one, and this one. Now from here you get the trim option, which is I'll go to the render and then enable the live Boolean, so that nicely trims. And then the trim is on the top, on the bottom, and here, and this model, and this model. So perfect. So I've got this model here with all achieved with the Booleans and quad fill and some tools here and there. Okay, so once that is done, I can start putting other elements on top of it. So I'll complete this other parts in another video. Until that, you can just follow this. So this model has been done with the Boolean as incomplete, but the wireframe doesn't really suit with the requirement. So I will do the remesh for this model, and once that is done, you can start doing the UV unwrapping and all the details to the model. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you find it helpful and insightful, don't forget to hit that like button to show your support. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I request you to subscribe the channel, and also feel free to leave a comment down and share your thoughts about this video, and that will really means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Okay.